Kane scored his 200th goal, and he tweeted, "Very proud to reach the 200 club. Now on to the next 200." Is there any limit to what he can achieve in his career?
He's a young guy. If you feel 200 goals at this age, with the remaining years that he has in front of him, it's very normal that he speaks about, let's go for 200 more. He's a fantastic player. He's a top goal scorer, ambitious guy, young. He has a lot in front of him. So let's go for 200 more. I'm with him. Let's go for 200.
Hi, Jose. The first Premier League win at this stadium in 8 attempts, was that special for you?
Yeah, it's special for me, but I think it's special for us because we needed these 3 points. If we don't win today, I don't think we go to the last 2 matches with any dreams of a spot. But for me, it's a good feeling. Yes, not because it was the only stadium in the English Premier League where I never won before for the Premier League. I have no problems with that. But of course, I'm very happy for the team, and finally I can leave the stadium and look to Mr. Robson statue and laugh to him, because every time I come here, I leave the stadium and I look at him with a sad face. So it will be the first time I leave the stadium and I have a smile.
Thank you.
Hi, Jose. You were quite critical of your players' mentality at Sheffield United. You said they need to respond better to setbacks. I mean, today, you came back very quickly after Newcastle's equaliser. Have you noticed an improvement in the mentality since that game? And how pleased were you to see the team respond as they did after Richie's goal?
Yeah, against Arsenal was a bit of the same. We conceded, and after that, the reaction was automatic. I think is what you need. Even today, I was speaking with the players. I don't like to hide things from the players. I try to be always very honest with them, even if I say something that sometimes they don't like or doesn't look like I am a great motivator. But I told them, I know that you are tired, and I know that you only have energy in your brain, not in your legs. Your body is dead, but your brain is not, and it's there that you have to go and to get that energy. It's not in your legs, it's in your brain that you must go. And I think the players, they were fantastic in this aspect. They amazing, and I'm so happy that no injuries are coming, because wouldn't be a surprise for me if these guys that are playing almost every minute of every game. Fantastic. But 12 more days, and finally they have their little holiday, and hopefully we manage to get an Europa League spot.
Can I just follow up on that then, Jose? You say 12 more days. Are you unlikely to rotate then for the last 2 games, even though the players are so tired? Are you going to probably stick with the same formula going forward?
3 days is different than 2 days. Leicester is different than Newcastle. Let me think. Let me read the situation. Let me read the players, communicate with them, get data from the sports science, speak with the medicals. Let's see. But the important thing is that the players are there to help the team. Everyone is there to help the team, and I know that Ndombele will not help us because his injury will keep him out for the next 2 matches. Maybe Dele can give us a hand in the last match, or maybe this weekend. Eric Dyer is coming for the last match as another option. Let's see if we can end the season strong and get that Europa League position.
Good win today. Steven Bergwijn came on and set up a goal pretty much straight away. Just wondering kind of what he needs to do to start starting games a bit more regularly.
Look, that is the question that normally you do to me, but you don't do to Frank Lampard, to Jurgen Klopp, to Pep, to all the coaches of the big clubs with big players. You know, Frank Lampard plays Pulisic. You don't ask him why he doesn't start Odoi or something. With Pep plays this guy and stays Bernardo Silva on the bench. You never ask about Bernardo Silva. It looks like I am the only guy that has to play 15 players from the start, or I am the only guy that doesn't have the right to have good players on the bench. If I start with Bergwijn today, you would be now asking me what Lucas has to do to start, what Son has to do to start. They have to do nothing. They have to be team players. And team players are players that start, that go on the bench, that come in for half an hour, that come in for 1 minute. You know, how many times Nuno left Traore on the bench to win matches in the last 30 minutes? You don't ask Nuno why Traore is on the bench and why he's playing Jota or why he's playing Podence or Dendoncker. It's just me. So he doesn't have to do anything else. He's a team player. He plays for Tottenham. And if Tottenham wants to try to compete against the best teams, Tottenham cannot have 11 good players. Needs more. And we had them on the bench.
How pleasing is it then to see players like him and Lamela come on as well and make such a telling contribution?
It's fantastic because his team ethics, his credit for the players, his credibility for the players, his credibility for the group. We need good players and more than 10, more than 11. We need a good group of players. And if you can do that without breaking the financial fair play, even better.
Hi, Jose. Can I get your thoughts on Lucas Moura's performance today? Very impressive in his time on the pitch. And secondly, is he a bit of an issue there with him as he came off a couple of minutes after taking a knock?
I don't think he's an issue. I think he's just super fatigued, exhausted people. And I had the feeling of starting the game with fresh players and leave Lucas on the bench. My feeling was if they go on the bench, when they come in tired. They would be tired anyway. So I thought it was better to start with the same players that started against Arsenal. Let us see until where they could go, like it happened with Gio and Lucas, and we had, of course, a couple more that was really, really tired. But I had that feeling that the impact could be done by really, really fresh players. So for Stevie and Lamela to come from the bench with that energy, I think was very important for us, because for us was the fourth match with two days in between. The last 4 matches were with 2 days in between. Everton, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Newcastle with 2 days in between. And to manage to do 10 points in these 4 matches is what keep us in the fight.